A very, very happy Friday, Friday the 10th. Very good morning. Uh, got a killer headache going on. It's been a couple hours now, so uh, pre-apologize for any tonality changes, but gonna make it quick because yesterday I watched, I don't know if it was three, four, or a half dozen people go and jump out in front of a bus when we got down to 4,100 over there on the SPX, and decided that since they weren't able to wake up early in the morning and take the calls trades, the bearish call spreads on SPX, that because there was money being provided and we should be supporting, they jumped into the bullish put spreads and everybody got absolutely steamrolled over. 40.8882 lower edge was broken and it closed below the lower edge. One of those things, it's rare. Here, it broke in January 18 when they announced that Jerome Powell had COVID. There's a reason it broke, because they said Jerome Powell had COVID. That's bad. It broke over here on January 3rd when we placed the low of the year, which was inside of our four sessions plus or minus of the full moon. We broke below it, but we closed above it. Not one of those things that broke completely. December 28th was another one of those ones. Came down, broke down, or sorry, didn't break down. Came down, tagged it, but then closed above it. Came over here on December 22, broke below it at that 37.64 and closed above it. Yesterday, one of those rare edges not working. But there is nowhere, anywhere I can find anywhere out there where I have been saying buy the dip.
I buy the motherfucking dip.
This is bullish. All we're looking for is getting into a dip so we can go higher. The tone from a week ago Friday when I said the top is in and we're going down. That down yesterday was a dip. That's all that it was. And for me, it was a wave A. That's all that it was. And the reason why I chose to unfortunately have to flip out of my March puts is because 2102 hit over here on the VIX. That's the only reason. Because I can't sit there and tell everybody that 2102 is important, that when you're oversold on your 60-minute time frames, it's important, that when you get down to your price levels of significance, that it's important, and then sit there and stay in the puts. Again, we are going down. Everything is continuing to point to a bare minimum SPY 395. Bare minimum of SPY 395. Because of this move that we had, which was an aggressive move down on Thursday, where you did not have even one green 15-minute candle. We came down, we broke down below that level, and wouldn't you know it, if you went over and you looked, the low of the day yesterday was 40.6967 over on the SPX. And wouldn't you know it, when you come over and you look, the February open is 4070.07. It was a stop sweep. You are playing a video game. This has absolutely nothing to do with human logic or human reactions. The zero DTE army, they can all go bend over and go fuck themselves for all that we care. It's a video game, and I shared here with you on Monday, same as we had the week before, as we had that big dip down on Monday. The VIX is under 2102 still, and I got this shared to me from a friend who got it from Sentiment Trader on how dumb money is confident and smart money is saying this is bullshit. And then I turned around and shared with you that you have a $50 million short by Carl Icahn. $50 million short for next week. And you're going to go buy the dip? Come on, man. I'm doing this to help everyone help themselves to help everyone around them. That's why 100% of club memberships, I give it to the needed homeless people, the street kids, if not just for food, to find those that really do deserve a chance. Put them in schools, put them in houses. And I watch people go, fuck this. I'm getting in this trade. I'm taking it. I missed all those trades this week. I'm taking this trade. Man, drive down any suburban neighborhood, or not neighborhood, but city area in the United States. Find a fucking homeless person. Go to a Waffle House and just walk up to the waitress and say, here's my money. Take it. You're better off doing that because you'll make the world a better place instead of giving it to fucking JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. The rant's over. Happy Friday. I fucking love every one of you. I do.
Do you know what? I think we're the greatest. We're the greatest. 1, 2, 3.
I'm looking here at the SPY and I'm looking at the daily and I'm showing you the RSI 5. And as you can see here, the RSI 5 is declining and getting to a spot where we should be looking for a bottom and then a bounce. As you can see here on the money flow index, I love to track this. As the money all goes in, it has to go somewhere else, and so it all goes out. Once again, over here, as you can see, you got your big oversold on the money flow. You got your big oversold over here on the RSI for the daily. That was where we produced that 374 low back in December. So again, not far away, but we should very soon, as we start heading into the March 7th big date, be looking for a pretty decent bottom that we will get into, and then we can get bullish once again. However, I bring you to the weekly. And here is the SPY Weekly. And here on the SPY Weekly, as you can see, we are very, very, very overbought. As you can see over here on the money flow, it is very, very, very overbought. The two lines I have over here for you, somebody shared to me, which I've never needed to use. I've never needed to use it because it's been 15 years. But when your exponential moving average, 30 and 90, crossover bearish, it's a fake signal to the upside, and you are going aggressive to the downside. The two times that it happened in our trading lifetimes were in 2001 and 2008. Prior to that, it was happening in the early 80s, it was happening in the 70s, and every one of those came back with a substantial decline to the downside. So with them right at my target, my minimum target for the March SPY puts at 395.50, they are both sitting right there at 395.50 and 395.21, with the 90 now crossing over the 30 right now, which is not fantastic, but we will let it see how it works out. This is not a bullish signal. Come over onto the QQQ again, looking here at the weekly, very, very overbought, very overbought on the money flow as you're up here at 100. So you like it or not, you're going down. You're going down, and when you get down to the level where it kind of looks like, okay, you are down enough, we'll look at everything that's around us, and then we'll see whether or not we've got a good buy opportunity. But I shared the video yesterday of my 2023 predictions, which came out before the market opened in January 2023. Everything has hit those targets. Everything. And those were for Q2. So come over here and share this with you, because I mean, I can kick a dead horse all day long, and there's no reason to, because there's dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of members that are absolutely crushing it, sending me messages saying, man, this has been the fucking greatest decision I ever made. And then there's 4 or 5 that are going out and jumping in front of a bus like yesterday. And I'm unfortunately spending time on those 4 or 5. Come over here onto my one big tech weight stock group of charts that I have over on the main screen. And Google destroyed. Buy signal in the 1 hour, oversold over here on Shop, oversold over here on Meta, long way down to go still. Microsoft oversold on the 1 hour, not quite to that 253 Lowell. Tesla, where every dumb motherfucker is focusing their attention, down here, down to 201, just below 200, and again, oversold on the 60. Amazon, absolutely destroyed. I want you to understand, Google and Amazon are both down 20% from their earnings spikes, while everyone goes over here and plays with their balls watching Tesla. Ooh, Tesla, Tesla, Tesla. Come on, man, wake up. NVIDIA got all the way up to my top level, 227. And here you are, oversold on the 1 hour. AMD oversold on the 1 hour. We got to 80.50. I'd still like to see us break down below 80 as far as that goes, because there's a couple people that are in the trade from last week. But again, on the 1 hours, all of these guys are oversold. So again, another reason why I had to have no choice but close that March 10th put trade on SPY and hope that I can not only get a better entry, but obviously going to be looking at a different strike. Looking at the futures over here, and again, you can look at all of these lines over here. They mean absolutely nothing to you because you are not trading the futures. The only thing that you care about is these ones that I am extending right now for you to be able to see. Your RSIs. As you can see here, you have a lower low on price and a higher low on the RSI. Over here on the NASDAQ, coming down, again, down here into oversold levels and right at our 12,200. Come over here onto the ES, and again, you have a lower price and a fractionally higher high RSI. And very clear to see that over here on the Russell. So what you have in front of you here are pending buy divergences. You take your buy divergences that are pending, you take your VIX that reached right up there to that 2102, you take your SPX, which reached down a few pennies below the February open to make it look as if the month was going red. And I mean, you bring it all back, take all of it that we can throw in there. Here, SPX, right down to that 3% on the button. Here's Tesla at 214, through my 208, through my 198, through my 165 a week ago. And you're down here right at that 198 again. Should be looking at that 200. Here's your VIX, and here is your ES. Wham, bam, wham. Perfect little A, B, C equals A. Don't trust this. Don't trust this a lot. But again, everything's out there saying if you've got puts, you should go ahead and procure your investment risk and take your money. Look for another opportunity to be able to coming back into it. But then again, they're March. They're March 10th. They're not, February 10th. You have a month on those contracts. Bottom line is everybody's made money except for a couple people that are missing the boat. And those guys that are missing the boat, I will go ahead and take the time out of my daily schedule, out away from my 2 grandkids, beautiful little twins, and away from everything that I've got planned, and dedicate to doing some one-on-one time with you this weekend.